Hey, welcome everyone to Wizards Outlook. We got Cardell Dudley Jr. here, Raymond Lyons, Wilson Tarpe Jr. As you guys can see, Cardell's in Capital One Arena where we saw a massive third quarter Warriors run. Was a difference as the Wizards fall 123 to 112. Cardell, we saw you tweet out the Focus account during halftime. Keep an eye on Steph, obviously, but more so what happened during that 20. I think it was like 7 minutes, the last 7 minutes of the third quarter. It was a 25-6 run. I could be wrong about exactly what that run was, but what the hell happened? It was 38-17 in the third quarter coming out the half after you went down and you played a decent half. And Steph wasn't a factor. What happened?
The Splash brother, the other Splash brother woke up, man. That looked like Klay Thompson old. That looked like the 60-point Klay Thompson, 11 dribbles only needed. Like he bombed him, hit him for 13. Hit him for 13 of his game high 25 points in that quarter. And it wasn't just him, man. The bench production. Like I'm getting into that, but in that quarter, they outscored the Wizards bench 20-0. Points off turnovers in that quarter, 10-3, Golden State. They that, but that's what the Warriors have done throughout their run when they started coming on strong, pretty much close to a decade ago. Their halftime adjustments are some of the best we've seen in the history of the NBA, man. And when they come out in the third quarter, they come out to kill you, and that's what you saw. They look good, man. They getting healthy. Guys understand their roles, and guys are starting to, get comfortable in those roles, man. You starting to see, a resemblance to what they've been. It's just in a different way. And keep in mind, they did this without Andrew Wiggins, who didn't play today. So that third quarter was all she wrote. They came out and just bombed them. For a stretch, the Wizards tried to hang in there, man, but they couldn't score. And then on the defensive end, they held the Wizards to 28% shooting in that third quarter, 14% from deep. Turned them over 6 times. That's game. We can try to harp on that. That was the game, because it's not like the Wizards are so stout defensively where they can get stops and get themselves back in the game. That wasn't going to happen. So they went on a little mini run in the fourth quarter, quick 10-2 run or whatnot to start the fourth. Kerr brought Curry and all the starters back in, and they regrouped, and they closed out the game. Just, it's business as usual. But I will give the Wizards credit. They did compete outside that third quarter where it got ugly. They got a little too happy. It seemed at halftime to be close. They competed, you know what I'm saying? And that's something throughout most of this year they haven't done. Normally it would have been a beat down. You know what I mean? And I guess on Golden State side, the fans would probably be like, "But yeah, it would have been worse if Steph Curry would have shot the ball well." Maybe, because maybe if he got it going, Klay may not have needed to get it going. You know what I'm saying? We could do all that, but look, man, that the third quarter, man, and it just really exposed the defensive woes of the Wizards that we've been seeing all season, man. It's not really a secret at this point, man. The ball movement. And that's what the Warriors are. If you don't play defense, the Warriors are like the worst team to see, because they're going to stress the hell out you. They're going to move the ball. They're going to continue to move the ball. Guys going to move. They're going to set screens. And then they're going to be stout defensively. Look, Chris Paul only had 9 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds in 22 minutes. He was a plus 17. He made Jordan Poole's life hell. Jordan Poole got going at first, hit some good shots. I was like, okay, he came ready to play. Chris Paul checked in. You ain't hear from my man like that no more, dog. It was just, he disappeared, bro. 5 for 17, 2 for 8. Gary Payton II, healthy. Another one. He guarding everybody, doing what he do. It don't matter. He guarding 1 through 5, man. It don't even matter. Draymond doing what he do. They starting to put it together at the right time. And if they get momentum, they could be dangerous heading into the playoffs, man. But nonetheless, man, look. I mean, it's not like they were coming in. They coming in off a loss. It's not like they were, killing the world before All-Star break. They started getting a few wins and whatnot. But, I like what I'm seeing right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Because as guys get more healthy and stuff, they starting to click. But at the end of the day, man, the Wizards just didn't get enough stops, which has been the thing for this year, and especially in the third quarter. And that's why they took another L.
Right? Anything you want to chime in this one?
Yeah, it's not much to add, but just to double down on what Cardell said, man, the third quarter told the tale. And it's a shame because, like he said, they competed for the majority of the game outside of that. So they gotta figure out how to limit those stretches that doom them because as we said multiple times, once they get hit, they don't hit back. And that's a dangerous place to be in, where you can't even form any type of resistance or defense. You got to just solely rely on what you do on the offensive end to keep pace. It's no way you have any control over your destiny like that. So yeah, that's what doomed them tonight, and that's what's doomed them 48 other times this season. So yeah, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, and again, to that recurring thing we've been talking about all year, they shot 49.5% from the floor. But it doesn't matter when you gave up. The other team shot 50 from the floor and 45 from deep. Like, you shot 49.5 from the floor. That is good. A lot of teams would take that offensively. That's a productive night offensively. Like, legit productive night offensively. But it means nothing when they shot 45 from three and Steph wasn't Steph. And Cardell, you mentioned the bench points. I already know that it was lopsided as hell. I saw a graphic way through the game. I ended up watching the Warriors broadcast. It's like 51-11 at one point. The bench points was, and I know it was worse by the time the game was over. But as you said, talking about the Warriors rounding to form, you're seeing those kids find their role. Folks are really getting comfortable, and not just the kids. Some of the vets understanding what life looks like on this side of it right now. Credit to Clay through his journey finding what it is, but we've seen him recently during this win streak kind of get going off the bench a little bit. The rookie up Paz, I can't ever pronounce his whole name correctly. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Paz. I love what he brings to the table for them. That's one of those guys where you spend some time. You can tell he spent some time in school. Understands how to come in and play a role. Him and Trace, they understand how to come in and play a role, and that goes a long way. Like Cardell mentioned, it's a different iteration of the Warriors, but the thing that makes them is still there. If Washington, look, man, there's a reason that you're here. This game, 58? You know exactly who you are, and until you get stuff fixed on the defense side of the ball, we're gonna be here. We're gonna talk about great offensive nights, and imagine if you played a little bit of defense. But that's not what it's been this year. It's a recurring thing. You're gonna give up more than what you do. That's what it's been like. Player of the game for you guys?
Klay Thompson. That's Hall of Fame 4-ring Klay Thompson. He was locked down. Once he hit a few, it was a wrap, man. You could just tell. He was slinging them things, man. And he hit them 6-11 from deep, 9-16 off the bench. And keep in mind, he did that in 27 minutes. I mean, they like he played like 35, 40 minutes, man. It could have easily been 40 plus, but there was no need, man. So, yeah, he was locked in.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Clay, man. Because like I said, man, he came in and lit them up real quick. That was one of the microwave games, and we've seen Clay get as hot as anybody that ever touched a basketball before, so we know what he's capable of. But yeah, man, it came at a time when the Wizards trying to fight their way back into the game.
All right, on the X Factor, I'm interested to see who you guys have for this.
Well, it's easy for me. It's Jonathan Kuminga. He's the one that got the ball game started, man. His lobs, him in the dunking spot is so nasty because he get off the ground so quick and get high. You can throw it anywhere. Like that damn one play where Moses knew he stole it. Well, he knocked the ball, and then before it went out of bounds, he saved it. Steph caught that jump, took a couple of dribbles past half court, just lobbed it to the rim, and literally ain't looked, just lobbed it. Nigga came and just dunked that jump. I mean, it's that easy. And then that young is so explosive, man. And you can see he's starting to get on the same page with the best and understand how to play Warriors basketball, man. Defensively, he can switch between 1 through 4. It doesn't matter. Rebound. I mean, he had 21, 6, and 5. And the 5 assists is the most impressive thing because that shows you he's rounding out his game as he gets sharper, as he understands and get on the same page with the best, man. You know what I'm saying? He understands how to make the reads and stuff like that. And he only had 1 turnover. He was 10 to 13 from the field. 28 minutes. Yeah, like, I mean, he got it done, man. And outside of Clay, he's the most effective player for the Warriors on the floor tonight.
Right.
Yeah, it was definitely a crowded field, but yeah, I think Kuminga gets the nod. I mean, he's the third guy for the Warriors, and he pretty much nullified what Kuz did, who was at the top of the Wizards scouting report. So I mean, yeah, with that type of production from his position, you know, it puts him in a position to win the game.
Yeah, this is another thing where I touched on earlier. And kids are finding their roles, how to coexist with the vets, Cardell, like you mentioned. Who would have thought we get to this place where you think about how rocky it was for JK trying to fit in early on to now making the reads, doing some things off the fly, just really being a part of their system. But yeah, man, the Warriors are headed in the right direction for sure. Go ahead.
And to put things in perspective, Kuz had 27 points and 12 rebounds on 12 of 21, but he had 6 turnovers and he was a minus 16. Kuminga had 21, 6, and 5, 1 turnover, 10 to 13, 28 minutes. He was a plus 10. That tells you the impact all around right there, man. And I'm not even about to look at the defensive rating for both of them, man. I'm gonna leave that alone. I need to pour salt on the wound, so to speak. But y'all get where I'm going with it.
It's a very mature way to go about it. Got a couple comments. Area 11T Pretty Petty said, and Poole is back. I mean, if you're not gonna get buckets, at least get your revenge on Draymond. And oh my God, okay.
Look, man, let's let that go, man. Look, every Warrior came to Poole, dapped him up, old handshakes. Draymond ain't go nowhere near that, though. Look, I mean, everybody just gotta understand what it is. You can't get hit like that, and we cool, man. Right?
Yeah.
That's for life. That's 50 Cent Ja Rule level. It's just forever.
Perfectly said. Serious question. He said, if you were trying to focus on development, what would you want the shot chart for the young guys to look like the rest of the year on the Wizards?
What about defense? I don't care about those shot chart.
Yeah. The defensive chart, like who stops? Can we get some red stops all around the court? Like, I'm looking at the defensive rating. That's what I'm looking at, dog. Right? They've scored points all year, yet they're 9 of 48. So for all you that think offense is the end all be all, just look at the Wizards. It tells you it's a little bit more to it, and defense is more important. I don't want to hear it.
Man, not a case study.
Because guess what? On defense, I can stop you, and I can still generate points. That's what people forget. You can still generate points from that end. Offense, you can't stop shit. So if you ain't hitting, you're done, bro. There's nothing you can do.
Shout out to the Wizards for being a case study in real time. And again, not to pour salt into the room, but the fact that you miss Bilal's presence that much, and he's a kid. All right, he said, considering they the only ones, the young guys who care about defense. That's why I asked.
Who cares about defense out of the young guys? Obviously, Koulibaly. Bagley to get after if you still consider him young. I know he's been in the league, and man, because Gary Payton challenged him with some vicious intentions, and he got that block. Lord knows, thank God he got that block.
GP was trying to end him.
Look, Johnny Davis trying, man, but it ain't looking good though. I hope he figure it out though. Like, cause you know this ain't the regime that drafted him, and we all know how that go. Really, out of all the youngins, that's it. You know, Eugene will get in and get buckets. He's tough, but I don't know if he's a stopper yet. but he's a tweener. You know what I'm saying? Like he's only about 6'6". So is he, they really got to figure out what he's gonna be. Is he gonna be a wing, or is he gonna be more like a Draymond guy, play an undersized forward, and be tough and stuff like that? We gonna see, man. Butler, obviously, he comes from a defensive pedigree with Baylor, so I think he got a shot as well, man. I think it's just about him being able to hit open shots because he's not one of the first few options. You know how they go with young players. Matter of fact, I know he has a defensive pedigree because that damn Baylor team was ignorant on defense that the year they won the national championship. And they that as his teammate Corey Kispert, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's few and far in between, man. This being said, Adam Silver really put the stamp on it during All-Star Weekend during that speech where he's like, he got to go down in the grassroots and really teach these kids how to play, because what people don't understand is these kids are entering the league. They don't know how to play basketball. Yes, their talent, like natural ability, one-on-one, they might be able to score, but they don't know how to play team basketball. They don't know how to play. They don't know how to defend it, or they don't know how to play basketball. And if these guys are coming into the league, and that's the next wave of generation to carry on the NBA, they don't know how to play basketball, the product is going to go down, which means people are going to start watching. The dollars going to go down, and then you're ruining the league. That's why it's a concern. It's all connected. So, I mean, some got to give. Some really got to give, man. Because obviously, when they get to college, if they're an NBA prospect, they're not staying long to really learn. You know what I'm saying? And be taught. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff you taught at a young age, and then when you're getting older, you kind of stuck in your ways, and they got to break habits. And as you can see in the NBA, it's not a lot of job security for you to try to break these kids' habits, man. You got to kind of be ready to go, and then we teach you our system, and you learn the NBA game, and then you become what you become. I shouldn't have to teach you how to get in a defensive stance and shit like that. Like, that's ridiculous, Or a guy hit a three-pointer, take away his airspace, contest. Don't just take a step and look at him. Like basic stuff, man, that you learn elementary school level, boys and girls club, whatever level you rec ball, dog. They got a lot of work to do, man. But as far as the youngest, they rebuilding. And I just gave you a few. I'm pretty sure they're looking at other guys and stuff, especially with the draft, man. Look, man, they rebuilding, bro. They got a lot of work to do. The front office. They got a lot of work to do.
My bad, trying to get this out. All the older vets really don't just want to score. And I consider Denny a young guy still.
Yeah, Denny will get out there defensively, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these older vets probably won't be here much longer. Let's just call it what it is. It's a rebuild. They're keeping them along for right now, but you got to start a youth movement, man. But you got to have the right kind of vets to teach them. That's gonna be patient and teach them, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough finding that in the league these days, man, because they move them out. It's all what it is.
Yeah, vets are almost like dinosaurs at this point. Most of them extinct. There's more vets with podcasts than vets with getting minutes in the league at this point in time, like crazy. But we'll see y'all later this week. They got the Wizards are heading out west. Same building for now until the Clippers, do what they do. But you got Lakers and Clippers this week. And Area 11T just rounded out with Cardell. You answered. That's what I was asking out of the young guys. And yeah, again, the shots are irrelevant, man. They got to get stopped. Like, you saw Golden State's depth come in. Yeah, they had a bunch of points, but they went on that run because they got stops.
But check this out, Area 11T. Check this out. So look at how advanced the Warriors youngers are compared to the Wizards. And I'm not talking about Kuminga and them guys that kind of been there for a while. I'm talking about the new guys. Look at Pozemski. Yep. Look at Tracy Jackson Davis. Just look at the difference in how they play compared to the youngers on the Wizards. That's because they're in an organization that really develops players well. I know they missed out on a couple of like the Wild, and they say, I get it, man. Look, you can't. Certain players just ain't fit. But those guys came in, they're coming in after playing 3-4 years of basketball, college basketball, understanding how to play basketball. And they're making an impact already. And then you're learning from guys that won 4 championships. So, you feel what I'm saying? But the thing is, and I see the comment like, but people have to understand when you make that decision to enter the NBA and you get drafted, you're supposed to be pro ready, bro. Like you're supposed to be ready to go. That's what a lot of youngsters they chasing the money and all that stuff like that. You don't realize, all right, you gonna get a check for a little bit, but how much more value is that for you to know how to play out the gate where you can get a second contract instead of being out of the league in 3 years? You're actually losing money by not being ready. You're just jumping in there because you're hot. You know what I mean? And I understand that, but if you're not willing to work and really become obsessed with this game, you're gonna be out the league in 3 years. And yeah, you're a millionaire for a church, but that's not gonna carry you for the rest of your life. Now you overseas or in the G League trying to fight to get back in. And once you're out, it's tough to get back in. So, look, man, you starting to see that more. Give me the 3 or 4 year college player instead of the one and done guy. Unless he's super talented and his talent will overweigh, we could just teach him something like that. Give me the guy that's ready to play because these youngers are not ready to go. They just not, man, and they cost you games. And then the thing is, by the time they figure out the league, the people that draft them are gonna be fired. Front office, coaching staff, they're gonna be unemployed, and then the new staff gonna come in and they're gonna look like the geniuses and the smart guy. That's how it goes, man. So they like, nah, you ain't getting me fired. I like my job, so let me get that. Pozemski, let me get you. You ready to go? You may not be hot, but you fit our system.
And I think that's the widespread change we're seeing. Shit, not only in the pros, but in college too. You want to get people that are ready to go. People can't afford to lose their jobs. It's that simple. Yeah.
Let me get them older dudes that got experience. Yeah, I can't wait on them high school freshmen.
Give me the JUCOs. I don't have time for this. I don't have time. I have time
for the crying, the whining. Your trainer calling me talking about you need to be doing this. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, I regret signing this fool. He's trash. You don't even know what you're doing. Like, seriously. It's a trickle down effect, man. Like, I don't understand why people not seeing it, man. And I guess the people that's not seeing it are the people, the culprits. They're the ones messing it up.
Yeah, I mean that's the part is you got ground zero. You got to establish a culture, and it starts with finding what's it called? What makes the young players this regime goes out and gets? What makes them wizards under their regime? Like there's some guys we see like Miami. We know what Heat players look like for the most part because of what it's like, but they had to start somewhere. Go ahead, Carter. I mean to cut you off.
No, you good. Well, for one thing, if they're not winning, the Wizards shouldn't even look at them. Like if you're not a part of a winning program at college or like Koulibaly Pro League or something like that, there's no need in us even. Why look at them? Because you look at how Pittsburgh. A lot of people wasn't happy with his pick. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he's growing. He's developing. Remember, he came in just as a shooter, and he was like, I mean, the surround Bill. Now he's put it on the floor. He's got better defensively and stuff like that. He's improved. But that comes from him playing at Gonzaga and winning like 100 million games and stuff like that, man. He's not used to losing. So he going to be in the lab trying to get better, bro. Like, I'm not used to losing. Y'all can be on that. You can see it in Koulibaly already. Like, I ain't with them bad habits, dog. I'm playing defense. I'm trying to win. So you got to keep drafting guys like that. And eventually, things will turn. Hey, think about it. The team they just played today, Golden State was in that same boat. Start with Steph. You get Clay. You get Draymond. Now you off and running. You off and running, bro. So it can be done. People just got to be patient. This regime comes from OKC, Clippers. They drafted well. Hope they can bring that here, man. That's all you can really do, man. Because I can't see any top free agents coming here. You know, look. I mean, let's be honest. They probably look at this as a wasteland. Like, bro, I'm not gonna waste like 3 or 4 years of my career and get blamed for us not winning, and that's gonna affect my money. Nah, I'm good.
Nah, this look, and it just wrapped things up. This is a big build it, and they will come type situation. That's it. But you got to build it. It's that simple. I don't know another way to say it.
Okay,
I know it's corny. Yeah, build it and they'll come.
Perfect example. Yep. Perfect example. Let me get Shaw, trade for Shaw. Let me get Shet. Hey, now they up there. They're in the mix.
But it started with getting the quality young fellas. It's that simple, man. So that's why I'm interested with young Corey Bilal. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna get to see the rest of this year with the youngsters. We're gonna find out who's gonna be around to go forward. Who this regime's gonna decide to be the nucleus, right? And that's what this is for you fans. You're gonna find out what the nucleus looks like as a foundation for this regime. That doesn't mean whichever one of these guys is gonna be the guy, what have you, but you got to start somewhere. It's that simple.
And the last thing before we get out of here, this draft is wide open. There's like for sure, like Wembanyama, like all right, we know he's gonna be number one. It's wide open. People calling it terrible because you don't got a once in a generational talent, but no, it's not terrible. There are a lot of guys if you draft right that can come in and help your team. It's a lot of those guys. So we're gonna see who can evaluate talent. We're gonna really see.
You know, that's a perfect way to say it because almost everything we talked about tonight starts getting folks out of winning programs and things of that nature. That's what's in this draft. You got folks like that in this draft. Like you said, we will see. And this is what this regime, you know, kind of hang their hat on. We're going to see. And again, it's ground zero fans. I know it sucks. You got to thug your way through it. Be patient. All that matters is they get the foundation right. Then the fun stuff comes after that. But y'all seen the opposite of the foundation being right.
Bro, listen, I don't know why they complaining. It's been rock bottom all our lives. At this point, we like the dude on Maury, man. I still love her, man, but she done cheated 30 times, dog. Just stay with her, bro. That's where we at, bro. So ain't no point in complaining.
Hey, y'all have a great night. We're gonna see y'all later this week for I think it's Lakers and Clippers. Very, very late because West Coast trips. Gotta love